Okay, in this video, I really want to get across that how there's government programs for every income, whether you're a multi-millionaire or you don't have a nickel in your pocket. That there's millions and millions and millions of programs for every person in there, and the rich are getting more than the poor people that really need this, and that's why I'm going to stay in business until I die to try to educate people about this, because you could get almost $2,000 to $20,000 in a new program that just started that Biden put in, and it's going to be here till 2023. Every year they're going to give out just this one program. Don't forget, there's millions of programs all over, and I'm going to tell you more about the different kinds of programs and where to find them. So stay with me a little more, and you'll see how to find these programs where you live. See, there's not one magic place to apply. You have to find out how these things are worked locally. The money comes from Washington or from your state, but there's local. That's what you have to find. So what I'm going to tell you about are some programs that give out a whole lot of money to any income, and then how to find those programs where you live. So stay with me. Okay, first of all, let's see what's going to give out, what the government's going to give out next year. Okay, in 2025. Okay, they're going to give out a total of direct payments is 4.8 trillion. 4.8 trillion. In 24, it gave out 4.4 trillion. So next year in 25, it's going to be 4.8 trillion. That's what you want. And that's in payments and grants and all kinds of just free money you don't have to pay back. Now, here's a very interesting program that I read about in Politico, where the fat cats are getting so much more than the average person. This is money to pay your utility bills. So what the government's giving out is over $8 billion, and they expected this to be only $2.4 billion, and it turned out to be $8 billion just the first year. And that's going to be given out every year now until 2034. So 2034, this money will be given out. And that's why you want to know about it. This program and all the others like this, okay? For this program, here's how the money is given out. It's, okay, here, $8.4 billion, okay? And again, so they'll be doing out this or even more. See, they have to keep giving the money out as people show up. More people show up, more people are going to get the money. I mean, it's crazy, That's why some programs have only a definite amount of money. But how do you find these? Okay, the first thing about looking for programs like that, let me tell you about this program. The poorest people are getting the least, okay? The least of this $8 billion. The poor people got a fraction of $1 billion. And the poor people in this country represent a quarter of everybody in this country, make $30,000 or less. They're considered low, the poorest people. Now, the poorest people, that's 25% of our country, got less than $1 billion. The richest people, 25% of this country, got these. Well, I think I lost that. If you're rich, you get so much more from these programs than anybody else. The middle class, and that's from like $30,000 to $100,000. They got only $2.8 billion. The rich 25%, which is half the number of people in the middle class, they got $5.5 billion. They got twice as much, and there's half as many people. Now that's crazy. And the poorest got next to nothing. See, that's what frustrates me about this country, is that everybody complains about we're giving away too much money. Yes, we are, to the wrong people. In my mind, I think government is supposed to help people don't have stuff and to get them, on the road to success. And it seems to be not working that way. Okay, how do you find out about these things? Because actually what this program does is give you grants to fix up your home so you get cheaper utility bills, okay? So this is like home repair to make your utility expenses go down. Now, if you're looking for grants for utility expenses, here, home repair grants in Washington, D.C. Okay, let me put a grant, see what they got there. If you go to Google and put home repair grants in Washington, D.C., okay, you get 27 million websites. See, if you don't have money to spend, you do not go to Google for anything. If you go to Google, it's just going to cost you money, okay? Because all these 27 million people are looking for money from you. That's what Google is. Google is our capitalism society, and they need money from you to keep going. Google needs your money. So you give money to the person in Google, and they have to give a part of that money to Google. So it's all about paying Google. So that's how they find you. But if you don't have money, that's why you have to stay away from Google. And there's ways to do that and not use Google at all, not waste money at all. And the best way to do that is go to something called findhelp.org, okay? Findhelp.org. Oh, actually, let me tell you one thing. I see a link here I forgot to mention. First of all, your state energy office. They're the people that have grants and show you about the programs that they're available for, that they know about. I mean, one person knows everything. So you first contact your state Department of Energy, and they'll tell you about this program I'm talking about, which is part of the IRA that Biden set up. That's where you go. So you're not going to Washington. There's not one thing. You have to go local and find out where the program is where you live. Okay, so here like this, I can't put it in every county, has a different office, so it's impossible. So what I do is I show you where to go to get that help to find out where to apply. And it's not Google. Do not go to Google. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100 or $200, whatever that was. Okay. The other place you want to go is something called findhelp.org. Findhelp.org. Okay, because that is a database of just the community society. See, we have capitalist society and we have the community society. The community society represents a third of everything in our economy. The capitalist society represents 2/3 of our economy. So the community society, which has money to help you and to give you money, everybody in the community society gives you money or gives you free services. Everybody in the capitalism society wants money from you because that's how they survive. The giving society doesn't have to worry about paying bills. They have the money to do that. They get paid already to give you the money. Okay, so they're not there to sell you anything. But as a result, because they're not selling you anything, you don't find them in Google. So you have to stay away from Google and find out. You go to places like this, findhelp.org. Okay, now I put in my zip code and put in home repair. 226 organizations in my zip code that give grants for home repair. You understand that? 226 organizations in my zip code that give grants and free help for home repair. Okay, as opposed to Google, okay, is 27 million. 27 million, and they all want to get money from you. Okay, you go to Find Help, and there's 226 organizations that want to give money to you. That's right. Get away from Google, please. You're just going to be sorry. You're going to lose money or get scammed or whatever, and you don't have money. That means you're going to go into debt to pay these people to do something that you can get for free. Okay, now you have to learn how to use this free source. You just don't get, I'll do this. And no, everyone has a different criteria. So you have 226. Some you may be eligible for, and probably more you won't be eligible for. But it's important that you have these 226 people to find out. The way you use this, you start calling the people. You say, well, here's the one. Home Repairs, Building Together, District of Columbia. Okay, there's a nonprofit. There's a phone number right there. You call them and you say, hey, I need money to fix up my home. I'm paying too much in utility bills. Can you help me? That's all you have to say. They're there to take those calls to help you find out. And if they say, oh, no, you make too much money, you make too little money, whatever. I mean, for some programs, see, for their program, the national program that I told you about, the IRA, there's no income requirements. So everything is different. So when somebody says you make too much money, that doesn't mean there's no money for you. That means there's no money in that program for you. So you ask them, hey, where else can I get money to help me? That's what you have to do. And if you don't do that, you're probably not going to get it, because that's what it is. You have to use people. You don't use the internet. You use the internet to find people to talk to and find out what exactly is for you, because you'll never understand it just by reading the internet. Everybody wants to just go on the internet, give me a form to fill out, and I'll get the money. No, not going to work that way. If you're not willing to do some work, you're not going to solve your problem. That's what it really boils down to. Sure, somebody will get lucky and get hit by lightning too, but you have to put in the work, or you're not going to get it. And that means talking to people, because they know more about all these people. There's $226 people that give out free money. They've been doing this for years. They know other people that maybe, that you would qualify for. That's what you have to do. So you may have to make 10, 20 phone calls to find this. But it's there if you work at it. It's not going to come and ring your doorbell and say, "Hey, here's the check you forgot to get." That doesn't happen unless in the movies. So go to the movies and try to fix up your life, or get on the phone and start talking to people to help people like you for free. And that's how to fix up your life. And this is what we're trying to train people at letsgohelp.com. So for $20 a month, we'll help you do all this stuff. You don't have $20 a month, start talking to people. What we also do is give out grants ourselves. And our next grant is for car repair. So you could get $500 to help you repair your car, and we give out $15,000 on the 5th of every month. That's part of $70,000 we give to all members every month that we give this out. I mean, that's the proudest thing I've done, is giving out all this money every month, because it turned profitable by accident. It wasn't a grand scheme to me. I was just trying to figure out how to pay my bills. And as a result, they're making profit, and we give that back to members. So let me help you, or just help yourself. You don't have to give me money. Just start learning the system, okay? But we have a community of like 20,000 people that help each other get these grants. Because look if the millionaires are getting 65% of the money to reduce their utility bill, why the hell are we giving them that money? When the people making less than $30,000 are getting next to nothing. Wow. See, I got a lot of work to do. So I got to finish this up, because I got more ways to try to educate people about what's out there just because they live here. That's all. That's all you have to be, is living here. And these programs are for you. Maybe not all of them, but there's a whole lot. And that boils down to $17,000 to $18,000 to every adult in the United States every year. So come on, roll up your sleeves and start going to work.